by some of the key stakeholders that will help us during the project. So that was a good point for us to start. And we also managed to identify some sites that we think that would be suitable for Agora. But actually, this is kind of fresh because yesterday we had a meeting with our political leadership. We opened up a debate regarding the strategic development and unused sites and redevelopment of brownfields. So we introduced Agora within this possibility. And we actually found that maybe some of the sites could be much more suitable or maybe more interesting for Agora itself. So we're kind of an example that Agora is not a dead project, it's a living project. And we found a new pilot for Agora that we think that would be more suitable. And that's the pilot you're looking at. It's called Odkolek. And it's a formerly, because I was talking about earlier this project that the Prague 9 is formerly industrial area. So our first idea about having a pilot project was the factory of Pragovka. Maybe you remember some of that. That is turning into residential district and art district. But this one, this Odkolek factory, is formerly a bread factory. Maybe you're familiar with. But I wouldn't think so really, because but for Czech people it's a really famous brand of bread. And even before the Second World War, it was a sugar candy factory. So that's a lot of history in this place, but recently it has been very unused, and the whole building was kind of collapsing. So now it's regenerating and it's revitalizing into something like this, as you can see. So these are the first ideas, and our idea is to, like the municipality's idea is to open the place a little bit up to the public, to kind of spice it up and live it up in this area, because as you can see, there are railroads and there are trees, so that could be perfect place for people to meet and to put some of the project like that. We're kind of working on that, including the Agora walks also. That should be done in February, and more information about that should be delivered within the Agora walks. But still, though we changed our pilots, I would guess to say it, we still remain focused on the same thematic cluster as we're from the start of the project. So maybe that's all from my part. I'm gladly to provide more information. If you have any questions, just ask.
Thank you, Paul. Any questions? Hannah.
Sorry, yeah. It's a bit to Pavel and a bit to everyone, because there's the theme that seems to be recurring is that there is an interesting site and there's actually a devoted municipality, which I think is a very, very rare thing. So it's so good and great targets, but somehow you don't really know the function. What could be useful? And I think that's a very typical problem of all top-down approaches, that you got a building, would you consider, and it's really, this is a question also to Pavel and Natalie and Philippe, so everyone, finding, turning this process upside down and really go to the locals, what they are missing, go for investors, what they, I read Natalie's comments that they already know what they wanted to do with buildings, but do not know who could use these buildings. And I think this is, I totally understand the good intentions, but I think it's not a good approach. You have to turn the process upside down and begin from the end users. Can you see as a possibility? So this is an open question to everyone who has already spoken.
Okay. Maybe if I may respond to that, the first one to be, maybe some others will answer that also. Actually, this is a first idea, and as I said, Agora is a living project, and also Odkolek is a living project within the municipality of Prague 9, because this is the first idea that the municipality intends to discuss not only top down, but also bottom up. So actually this process is involved in the decision making, and we have again, I'm writing that in the operational analysis, but we use multiple tools or policy instruments for that, such as participatory planning or budget. I don't know how to say it in English, but the thing you do with the budget when you ask the inhabitants. So also the round tables maybe are the other instrument. So actually, this is why we think this area would be more suitable for us, because we actually use this approach within this project.
If I can, if I may say something.
Yes,
Okay,
Natalie.
thank Hannah. I also agree with you. I know what you are saying, and I think one of the most important thing that we have to do with our sites is to make them visible, because maybe the people don't know that we have these places and that we are thinking about doing something with these places. So I think if we have a plan and if we have a vision and we can communicate this in a great way to the outer world, then people would be interested, and right now people are interested in doing stuff and having quality places. So yes, that's my opinion.
I would maybe just one more comment. I would agree with that, and also agree with your comment that bottom-up approach is also like very important for the sites to be alive, because it serves the people who actually live there, right? But I believe that you need a combination of both. That you cannot do strictly top-down and strictly bottom-up. It has to be kind of a mixture of those approaches. That's my opinion.
Yes, it is always a challenge. Okay.